We're on. G'day gang, it's Ed Dale here. It's Sunday morning. Uh, Look, I wanted to do this quick video in response to a couple of the things that have been happening with the 30-day challenge. So if you've got a couple of minutes, I'd really appreciate you watching this. Now, the first thing is the whole issue with Tumblr, and I want to issue an apology to Tumblr because our intent, and something that I've been trying to drive home to you all, is that there's a way to ethically and morally make some money in this world using Web 2.0 strategies, as opposed to the spammers who put up rubbish content and robot generated stuff and all of that sort of thing. How we could utilize the fact that people require information in the most weird and micro of niches, and yet still and we were able to serve that. And that's the 30-day challenge opportunity, and that you can trade your talent and your time instead of having to invest money in, say, pay-per-click or expensive internet marketing programs or any of those sorts of things. That was the deal, right? That was the deal. Great content was vital. And it appears as though some people inside the challenge have not been putting up great content and have just been putting up effectively placeholders, which I warned against, but I have to take responsibility. Buck stops with me, and the whole situation is something that I want to put out. The other problem was, of course, is the linear approach that we're taking here with the 30-day challenge, because everybody is brand new. We're all beginners here. I have to take things step by step, and Tumblr was the first cab off the rank. There are dozens of sites that we're going to be using to host great quality content that makes people who arrive on that page feel glad that they've arrived there. Not angry, not upset, but thinking, wow, check out that. I never knew that about sausage making. That's the whole goal here. It's not about selling. It's not about being spammy. That's the furthest thing from our minds. But you've got to understand something else, folks. In the first two challenges, when we were using pay-per-click, we were dealing in a world which is commerce focused, okay, which is just commerce focused. With Web 2.0, there are two types of people here, and we've just got to be really respectful of that. There's people who are publishing content online for monetary reasons, for a monetary reward. And there are a lot of people who are publishing free content. And they're doing that for another type of reward. They're doing that for recognition. They're doing that for because they love doing it. They're doing it for all sorts of reasons. But there is a reward. Make no mistake. People don't do things without rewards. It's just a question of whether they're monetary rewards or they're rewards of gratification, of getting your message out and being heard, which I applaud. I absolutely applaud. That's the magic of Web 2.0. Which is why, and this is what we keep reminding you, if you market the way the internet works, in other words, provide great content, you will do that. And you will be good, and you'll be kosher, and it'll be everything. And in hindsight, what we should have done is used a platform that was larger than Tumblr, and that's where I have to apologise to Tumblr for doing that, and we should have shaked our willies out. Why have I been getting you to write 3 lots of content every single day on those 2 phrases? It's so you get knowledge about the marketplace. That's why. Not to put the content anywhere, so to force you to understand the marketplace that you're looking to operate in. Because there's no free ride here. If you want to spend a whole bunch of money and get traffic, well, go for it. But this is a way to do this without spending any money at all. $0. And that's the deal here. And that's what we're all about. So, I apologise to the community at large because at the end of the day, my stuff up. The other thing that I should have done, and should have done a lot earlier, and again my mistake, is introduced really proper and ethical social bookmarking strategies from, well, in the pre-season really is when I should have done that. Because you should get into practice in using that. Think of it like a bank account. If you just take withdrawals from a bank and you never deposit any money, well, isn't that stealing? By definition, that's stealing. You need to, oh, sorry, Charlie. I'm not putting, by the way, Annabelle's not here for exploitation purposes. If I put it down, she'll cry. But that's stealing. If you're take, and not giving back, contributing, making deposits, you're stealing. Okay, and again, in this regard, I have to take full responsibility. My fault. Because something that I assume, and you should never assume because it makes an ass out of you and me, is that I should have really emphasised that. So, you're at a decision point here in the 30-day challenge on, well, day 19, which is Sunday. You've got a choice. You've really got a choice. And the choice is this. If you feel yourself, because here's the thing that's going to be written now. Oh, the 30-day challenge stuff doesn't work. It works stunningly. In fact, and perhaps embarrassingly, it works too well. It's stunning, the results that we've been getting here. We're blown away by it. We are surprised. We didn't expect to have this sort of impact. So a lot of people will be writing on their blogs, and there'll be the people who are quite rightly in the Web 2.0 world because they have a point of view and they want to get their point heard, and they're not doing it for monetary reasons. And I respect that 200%. And I'll take the heat, because I also believe, as with every other media known to man, people are naive if they don't think there is a commercial opportunity there as well. Sorry, it's just the facts. Now, you can either have a crack at that commercial opportunity ethically, morally, delivering an awesome, wonderful service and experience for somebody, or you can spam. Now, people are going to spam. There are, workrooms in Costa Rica and China full of hundreds of people doing exactly this, and people are naive if they don't think that's not happening. But there's a way of doing it right. There's a way of doing it responsibly. There's a way of doing it properly, and that's what we're trying to teach in the 30-day challenge. And a lot of the people who are commenting on it will have just seen the external hubbub and would have never taken the time to actually have a look and see that was the message. And that's what we've been saying since day one about doing this stuff responsibly. So you've got a choice. The second category of people will be the people who are just waiting desperately for this to fail so they can knock it on the head and say it was all a scam, because they've got their own programs and their own stuff to sell you. Now, to those people, you've got a choice. You can listen to them. Is this experience over the weekend meant that I'm going to stop doing the 30-day challenge, or am I going to stop using exactly the same principles I'm teaching to do my various projects online? No bloody way. Sorry. It's the ethical way to approach business. It's a smart way to approach business online. That's what we're teaching here at the 30-day challenge. No more and no less. And we're doing it for free. Yeah, I charge for stuff 11 months of the year, but not this month. And that's not what it's about. And we're about using free platforms. And the reason we use Tumblr is because it's so good. It's such a good platform. It's easy to use. It's simple to get started. And it was wonderful for everybody that was involved. And again, I hope that we'll be attempting to communicate with Tumblr over the course of the next few days. It's the weekend, of course, which makes things a bit tricky, but we'll definitely be talking with them. And if you're watching, I encourage you to get in touch, because we're big supporters of what you're doing. We don't want to bring attention to a platform which is marvelous, because it's not about it's about the platform. It's not about that specific. It's not about Tumblr. It's about sites that allow you to host good, decent, user-generated content. That's what it's about. And well, I've been through it, well and truly on a number of occasions. So that's where we're at. Your choice is you can give up now. Good excuse. Gosh, my Tumblr blog's been deleted. All that work down the toilet. Or you can take or walk away, flick off your computer, take the rest of the Sunday off. Not that nice here in Melbourne, I've got to say. But wherever you might be, get out there, smell the roses, metaphorically speaking, and then come back Monday where we'll show you a whole bunch of other places where you can host your content and get